Hi students, welcome back. So now let's see another program in the C language. So that is generating the first n terms of the Fibonacci sequence. So here I am going to explain what exactly the Fibonacci sequence is, how you are going to perform the n terms. So whatever the number of terms that you entered, so what will be the sequence? I want the sequence, Fibonacci sequence. So how you are going to generate this Fibonacci sequence by using C programming? Let's see in this video. So I'm going to cover like the first I'll explain the algorithm and then flowchart implementation. So in the implementation I'll explain the concept of complete program, and in the execution so I'll just take the code blocks and I will write the program and I'll execute the program also. Okay, so now let's start. Excuse me. The aim. So write a C program to generate the first n terms of the Fibonacci sequence. So whatever the terms that you have taken, so those first n terms. So if you taken 3 terms means only the first 3 terms, and if you take the 4 terms, what is the first 4 terms of Fibonacci sequence? So first of all, what is the Fibonacci sequence? Let me tell you. The first and second term in the sequence is always 0 and 1. Always the first and second terms are 0 and 1 only. The subsequent terms are found by adding the preceding 2 terms in the sequence. The subsequent number means the next number. So this number, okay. So the subsequent number, how it is getting? By adding the precedence of the 2 terms in the sequence. So that means by adding 0 plus 1, you will get 1. So then what is the next subsequent number? Add the previous 2 numbers, okay. 1 plus 1, 2. Okay, and what is the next number? Add 1 plus 2, 3. So what is the next number? Add 2 plus 3, you will get 5. So the subsequent number is adding the precedence of the 2 terms in the sequence. Adding precedence means before number. Adding precedence of 2 numbers is the subsequent number. Okay, so next is 3 plus 5, you get 7. So this is the Fibonacci sequence. So like that, adding the precedence of 2 numbers, you get the subsequent number. So in that way, you have to form the Fibonacci sequence. So the number of terms can be mentioned by the user. Okay. So now let's see the algorithm for this. Read the number of terms n. So how many number of terms that you want to require, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here total 6, 3, 6, 7 terms are there. So like that, how many number of terms that you want to be represented in the Fibonacci sequence. So first thing is, read the number from the keyboard and try to initialize the values. A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1, because I already said the first and second term of the Fibonacci sequence is always 0 and 1. So initialize A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1 and print those A values and B value. Next I need to check, let me take, suppose I is equal to 3 to n. Okay, so you have to check, first you have to initialize I is equal to 3 and we need to check is I value is greater than or equal to 1 n or not, and then increment the I value. So for loop, every time you need to be increment, and we need to add the A and B values, and that value has to be printed. So that is the third value. First and second values is always 0 and 1, and the third value whatever here you are printed, that is the A plus B value, that is a C value is a third value. Okay, and again change the, now the B value becomes the A value. Okay, so this is a C value. So now the A value B value becomes the A value, and the C value becomes the B value. Now again you have to increment the N value and add A plus B. So whenever I add A plus B, the value will be stored in the C. Print the C value. So now again change. Okay, so B value becomes the A value and the C value becomes the B value. So like that you have to be swap the numbers. So see the flowchart for this. So I already said, so first start, you have to read the number of terms that you want to be printed in the Fibonacci sequence, and starting A is equal to 0 and so on, B is equal to 1. So initialize the A value as 0 and B value as 1. Okay, so now print the Fibonacci sequence, and A and B values you need to be printed because the first 2 numbers has to be printed. Then I need to check if I is equal to 3, 3 is less than or equal to n. So suppose if I enter the 4, n as a 4, so 3 is less than or equal to 4, right? So whenever this condition is true, it has to enter into the loop and print the A plus B value and store it in the C value and try to increment the I value and swap the numbers. B should be copied to A and C should be copied to B. Again the for loop will go until the condition is satisfied. Suppose this condition is every time I'm trying to increment the I value. So 3 becomes 4. So 4 is less than or equal to 4. Okay, correct. Next 4 increments to 5. So 5 is less than or equal to 4. No, this condition is false. Whenever this condition is false, it exits from the for loop and it comes out of the problem. Okay. Let me explain you here in this program. So these steps you already know. Hash include stdio.h and the main. So first you have to initialize a as 0 and the b as a 1 and c and I value I am taking. So enter the number of terms. So just now I said I am entering the suppose the number of terms 4. The 4 numbers it has to be print. The Fibonacci sequence 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sequences that numbers are represented in the Fibonacci. So the Fibonacci sequence first try to print a and b value as 0, 1. So now I am checking I is equal to 3. Let me take I is equal to 3 and this 3 is less than or equal to 4. Yes, 3 is less than or equal to 4 only. So now increment the I value as a 4. Now check, enter into here. C is equal to A plus B. What is the A B value? 0 plus 1. So now the C value is 1. So print the C value. Now interchange. So what is the B value? B value is 1. So that B value will be copied to A. Now B is equal to C. What is the C value? C as 1. Okay, now A and B values are 1. So again go back. So whenever I go back, so this time, so I already I is incremented to 4. Now check. 4 is less than or equal to 4. Yes, the condition is true. Now enter here. C is equal to A plus B. What is the AB values here in the previous? So A is 1 and the B is 1. Now the C got 2. Okay. Now A is equal to B. So what is the B value? B value is 1. And B is equal to C. What is the C value? 2. So now A is 1 and the B is 2. Okay. So now again come back. Now check. So A is here the I value is incremented to 5, right? So 5 is less than or equal to 5 is less than or equal to 4. So this condition is failed. So whenever this condition is failed, the controller will come out. Okay, so previously what A and B values are 0 and 1 and here it every time it prints the C value. So 1 it print and here it prints the 2. So these are the first 4 terms in the Fibonacci sequence. So now check 0 plus 1 you'll get the precedent number and 1 plus 1 you'll get this number. Okay, so now let's check this in the program. So let's open, take a file, new file, C++, C. Okay, so save the number as Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci sequence. Okay. So now try to execute the program. So come on, let's start the program. So you have to write your own students, take the logic and try to implement it. So hash include stdio.h. So next what you have to write, so void main or int main, anything. So whenever you keep the int main, I said you have to at the end of the program you have to write return 0. So now I'm writing void main, so I know no need to give any return function. Sorry, void main. So what numbers I had to take the integer a is equal to 0, initialize a value as 0 and b value as 1. So next take the c b is equal to 1, okay, c and I. So don't forget to whatever the variables that you are using, that you have to be declared or initialized at the starting only. Now printf, enter the number of terms. Okay, so I entered the number of terms. So try to read that from the memory. So whatever you are entered from the keyboard, that we have to read by using the scanf. So remember, the quotation should be compulsory. Okay, so now again write the printf, because the first two values I need to be print, right? So printf the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is, okay, okay, so the Fibonacci sequence is, you have to print that values in on the screen. So whenever you want to print the values on the screen, so try to write the printf. So those two format specifiers are percentile d quotations, okay, comma, what are the values that you want to be print on the screen? A and B. Okay, so 0 1 are printed. Now write the for loop. For I is equal to 3, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. Okay, because I'm taking the fourth term, so I'm taking the initialize the I value as a 3 and I'm decremented to till 0. Okay, so till equal to 4. Now take C is equal to A plus B. So whatever the C values that I initialize, that will be added. C is equal to A plus B. Now print that C value. So format specifier is percentile D comma C. So now swap whatever the value of B is there, that will be moved to A and the B is equal to C. Okay, so this is what the Fibonacci sequence is. Now let's try to execute the program. So one error is there, hash include stdio.h. Sorry. Okay. So how many number of terms? Let me take 4 number of terms. So the Fibonacci sequence is 0, 1, 1, 2. Let me get the gap of in between the numbers. Okay. So in between the numbers, let's take, if you give the space here, the numbers will be printed in a space. Okay. See here. The Fibonacci sequence is 0, 1, 1, 2. Total 4 number terms are there. So 0 plus 1, you'll get 1. And 1 plus 1, you'll get 2. So let me take the 5. Whatever the number you're taking. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. So like that you can be incremented. The thing here is I want to add uh, print two numbers and I want to add the first two numbers with the first two numbers, and that value has to be printed in the C position. Okay, so 0 plus 1 1, 1 plus 1 2, 1 plus 2 3. So in this way you'll get the output. Okay, still if you're facing any doubt or any errors, please let me know, students. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe my channel. Thank you.